dose every day. Makes me wanna holler, go away. I need more peace and hope and love. Where do I find it in this crazy old world? I need strategies, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Every time I listen, Lauren and David share strategies for living, and it makes me aware. I got strategies for living, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab.
Are you ready? Are you ready for your daily dose? Your daily dose of radio rehab, because you know we need those strategies.
Boy, I'm scooting around and I'm ready.
You've been scooting around all day. That's a whole different story. Hey, folks, welcome. Welcome into Strategies for Living. I'm Dr. David McMillan. She is psychotherapist, PLPC Lauren Leon McMillan. And we've got we got some special stuff going on here today, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've got brand new neighbors. Mm-hmm. Not at our home, but
at our office
home, our business home.
Our second home.
Our second home. It feels like home sometimes. But we've got some brand new neighbors, and it's a brand new company that's opening up here, has opened in the Shreveport area. It's called Mobility City. Mm-hmm. We fix wheelchairs and scooters and more. What do you need? Do you need chairs? Do you need wheelchair? We've got all kinds of things to talk about today.
Absolutely.
I even wonder if they have sock putter owners.
That is the technical term. That's what I've been told.
Yeah,
sock putter owners.
Folks, we were on the way here, and Lauren says, "I wonder if they have. Oh, what do you call them?
They're sock putter owners.
Yeah. Well, I think Jeff and Jordan and Daniel will.
Maybe they have a fancier term than sock putter owners.
I don't know that they have them, but they can probably tell us more info. And they have other things that would be, perhaps helpful.
Absolutely. And I'm always willing to learn, and I think this is an incredible place that we need.
I've already had fun, scooting around all over the place because they were, when we got here to set up, there were customers here, and they were still, kind of helping folks as they do. And so I got a chance
we got free access to the chairs.
Yeah, well, their back was turned. They didn't see what we were doing,
Don't tell them I run into you a few times.
I won't tell them. Folks, we're going to talk about Mobility City today. You're going to want to hear this. Jeff and Jordan and Daniel are with us. We'll introduce you to them in just a moment. Thank you for tuning in to Strategies for Living. And we appreciate our sponsors, the Robinson Film Center, and Azalea Cleaners, and Pintail Roofing, and Learning RX, and the Balanced Life Wellness Center, and Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of the Godfather, alligator Italian sausage, and some pretty good muffies, too. Back in a moment. We're at Mobility City, 1820 East 70th in Shreveport. We'll be right back with Strategies for Living.
Strategies for living strong. Feel the vibe, it won't go wrong. Body moves and soul align. Catch the rhythm, feel the time. Radio rehab every day. Chase those clouds of gray away. Your daily dose of radio rehab. Lift you up when skies seem trapped. Mind and body, spirits free. Living life in harmony.
And welcome into Strategies for Living Radio. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan. Let's welcome into the program now our life strategist, Jeff and Jordan and Daniel. I don't know if we told you were going to officially be life strategists. So Jeff Jajura is the owner of Mobility City, 1820 East 70th Street in Shreveport. Jeff, welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome to the
absolutely,
neighborhood.
man. welcome to the neighborhood. Yeah, and we're so glad that you guys have done this.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Crazy, isn't it? I mean, we're walking out to
Yeah.
our car,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
next thing you know, you guys come up to us and say, "What the heck is a Mobility City?"
Yeah.
And it sounds like we can maybe use that in our strategies.
yeah. And you
For
said
living.
strategies. What?
Yeah.
So let's introduce our other live strategist. Jordan Jarjura is co-owner and store manager. Jordan, welcome to Strategies.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, we were actually, the morning that you approached me, I was talking to Dad, and I said, it'd be amazing to do a radio show. And then you all walked right
and
up
here
to
we
us.
go.
Here
Yeah.
we go. Here's the radio
You know,
show.
there's an piece of artwork in our office, the office that Lauren and I share. And someone made it for me, and it's a chair actually, and it says there are no coincidences. And it's a very proud piece in my office, in our office, and I truly believe that there are no coincidences. So here you are, welcome.
Oh, thank you for having us.
And we've also got Daniel Rentero with us. He is the lead technician here at Mobility City.
Hey.
Jeff, welcome.
How's it going?
Yeah, they're doing good, Daniel. And so you keep all you're the guy that keeps everything moving and grooving when
Pretty much.
repairs need to be made and things need to be built, huh?
Oh yeah, obviously, Jeff and Jordan are better than me in every single way, but when they really, really need something fixed,
How much did you pay him?
Yeah, there you go.
enough.
I like
Got me
this.
covered.
We don't pay him enough.
He keeps us all together.
Jordan too.
All right, so Jeff, this is a unique Mobility City, and we'll hold some pictures up to the radio so everybody can see us, and see what. But you've got full power lift reclining chairs. You've got it's just what the name says, Mobility City. You've got everything from the scooters, and I was having a lot of fun when you guys were tied up and your back was
A
turned.
little too much fun. I
Yeah.
almost had to pull you off there.
Exactly,
Getting a
exactly.
speeding ticket.
How did you decide to come up to do this?
Yeah. Well, I was in healthcare my
Right.
whole life, and selling just systems and analytics systems and
Right.
claims processing systems and all the impersonal things that happens behind the scenes. And
Sure.
we would also talk about, to the client, how much benefit the patient would get because
Right.
of all of our slick technology.
Right.
Right.
But I was like 4 or 5 degrees of separation from the end patient.
Right.
And this seemed to be something, number one, I wanted to be my own boss. I was just done with corporate America.
Right. Right.
And number two, I wanted to have an impact. And so, getting to see the impact that we're having
Yeah.
on the end patient
Yeah.
Yeah.
is just, that's something I hadn't been exposed to. And I didn't realize, I underestimated how fulfilling it was going to be, actually.
And I'm sure it's just it hadn't even it's just begun.
Just started.
It's just
Yeah.
starting.
Because when was grand opening?
Yeah, grand opening was a Saturday.
Yeah, this past weekend.
Wow.
Weekend.
Wow. And I know so far I've seen the cars in the parking lot because we're next door neighbors, and so I know a lot of people must be coming in going, wow, I've never seen anything like
I mean, just
this.
to walk in, at least to visit and see this mural. Okay, because this mural is awesome.
Yeah.
I assumed it was leftover, but it's,
Yeah, because there was a
y'all
golf
had it
shop
done.
in here
Yeah.
before, and we would wave at the folks at the golf shop. But this mural is something else. You had it. You guys had it done.
Yeah.
You commissioned it, huh?
And I'm going to go ahead and credit Jordan and Daniel for this and finding
Yeah.
the local artists, because when
Good stuff.
when I asked the Mobility City franchise, one
Right.
of the key things is their showroom.
Right.
They want the racetracks, and they don't want it to look like a typical durable medical equipment
Right,
store,
right.
Right.
And for each city they're in, they actually have a mural to capture the essence of wherever they are. So I had tasked Jordan and Daniel to look for a local artist, and you guys take it from there.
Yeah, so we met up with Cadavian Baylor. He's a local Shreveport artist. And
Right.
He, really, I had said, didn't give him a ton of guidance. I said, we're new to Shreveport. We want, you to capture the
we
essence.
want the essence of the city.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So he really just took it and ran with it. I've never been more excited about it. It's actually the
I
one
can see
thing that
why.
most people comment on when they walk in. So it's a huge job for him.
I mean, you know, we've got it all. You've got the music. You've got the Elvis looking guy. You got
Air Force Base.
The Air Force, but you got the balloon. Lauren and I got to go up a couple of years ago and took one of the balloon rides. You know,
At 4 a.m.
Let me tell you something. Shreveport's underestimated, in my opinion.
Amen.
I've traveled all over the United States.
Amen,
I'm
Jeff.
telling you something right now.
Yeah.
When we were doing this mural, number one, I had no idea that the Louisiana Hayride
Yeah.
was here,
Oh,
right? So you had Elvis, Johnny Cash.
Birthplace of
Hank
This is
Williams.
where they said
That's
Elvis
where they
has
started, right?
left the
Yeah.
building. Yeah.
But, you know, add on top of that, Barksdale Air Force
Yeah.
Base,
Oh, yeah.
right, which is a huge need, the VA community. When we're looking to engage
Absolutely.
with them.
Yep.
I had no idea that there was a balloon festival.
Yep.
And
Quite a big one, too.
Yeah, not to mention, you know, I mean, the entertainment, the casinos under the river, it's, you know, it's foundational to the entertainment here in Shreveport.
Yep.
Frankly, you know, Daniel and I, we were driving across the bridge the other day and like, we were looking at each other going,
This place is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
The culture that we find in Shreveport is just so beautiful. It's all so welcoming, inviting, and we're really happy and excited to be a part of this.
yeah.
We're glad to have you.
We are so glad you're here.
So when I decided to open Mobility City, we didn't know where we were going to go.
Right.
And we did some market research, but not a lot.
Right.
And it just felt right to be Shreveport.
Yep.
So, but I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to where I need to be.
Right.
Just hiring an employee who just wants to work 9 to 5. So
Right.
I was really trying to encourage these guys, and I don't know what I said to do it, but they decided to drop their lives in Houston, Texas, and move out here to Center, Texas, where we live.
Right.
And yep. And so I just remember, and you tell the story from your perspective, because when they were like, well, I don't know, we don't want to leave the city. I mean, they're young kids, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what,
Yeah,
you
young up and coming professionals. You can't get, you know, and it's so refreshing to hear, Daniel, you say, you know, that Shreveport is. You're coming from Houston,
Yeah.
and you're excited about Shreveport. I love that.
See, the way that we first thought about it was being from Houston, we didn't want to leave the glitz and the glamour and the massive metropolis of Houston.
Sure.
And, you know, there, and you said the word professional, which, not to put us under blast, but I think that neither of us really were. I think that both of us were at a point in our lives where we really wanted to get into a lifestyle to have a career.
Yes.
A real career. Something
Yes.
that can foster a family and laying down the groundwork for
Right.
us to build something on top of.
Right.
And she was working for the Federal Reserve Bank. I was a bartender. And we had a good, long, hard talk about what we really want for the future. And so one fateful night, we just decided, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's make the jump.
And I don't look back at all.
That makes you, whether you know it or not, that truly makes you
Life
strategist. You know, sometimes we just have to look at you look at all that's in front of you, and then you say, let's make the jump. You know.
All right, but let's keep it 100, okay?
Okay.
I can't say that they were totally excited about Center, Texas is one thing. Shreveport, they really didn't know what to expect.
Right.
So I remember they went out one night to explore Shreveport, and they're the best at finding dive bars and, you know, those little locals only places.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they came back so excited about what Shreveport had to offer as a nightlife.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so encouraging. Maybe they will be happy.
Yeah.
Jury's still out.
Fair.
You know, with all going on here, and you know, and again, you mentioned the casinos. You know, with the casinos, you know, no, of course we're not Houston, Texas.
No. By no means.
But there's something going on. If you want to find something 24/7 in Shreveport, you can do that with the casino industry that's here.
Yeah, what we found that I really enjoyed about Shreveport is the culture and community that's here. It's not so big as Houston, and that's perfectly okay. And I actually almost prefer it that way, that when you meet someone, you see them again, and you have a rapport. And now when we go back to that little dive bar, we know them.
Yeah.
We talk
And
to
they
them.
know you, and everybody
Yeah.
knows you.
Yeah, but everybody in Shreveport seems to want to help each other, be there for each other. That's just what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to be a part of that community and actually kind of make an impact in it as well.
I mean, I think that's the thing. I think, again, Shreveport is big enough
Call
that
it
it
the,
offers
the biggest small town in the world.
Yeah, that's
exactly
one of
right.
the things that people have said.
Yeah.
It's the biggest small town in the world. And, but, it has, Shreveport has so much to offer. And I think we Shreveporters, we Shreveport, Bossier City,
They-
Hot Knights, whatever you want to call us, we need to be reminded. We need to be reminded often
So you needed some outside perspective to
Yeah,
we do.
to come in and remind us what
be
we have.
to be thankful for what we truly do have. And I think that as you guys get more and more into the life of the community, the life of the city, you'll enjoy. You'll have many more stories to tell.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we are broadcasting from Mobility City. Now, don't run out here right now. Mobility City is at 1820 East 70th Street. Don't
The
run
old
out here
Edwin
right now
Watts.
because the door's locked. But you can come tomorrow. You can come first thing tomorrow. We'll tell you more about them when we come back. They're at 1820 East 70th Street in Shreveport. Most everybody knows where the 70th Street post office is. So it's not right across the street, but kind of cat-cornered across the street from the 70th Street post office. Mobility City, 1820 East 70th Street in Shreveport. Talking to Jeff and Jordan and Daniel. Got much more to tell you. Stay right where you are. More strategies coming back. Hey, let's talk about the Robinson Film Center. I say it a lot. There's no place like the Robinson.
Absolutely, there is not.
617 Texas Street, downtown Shreveport. You've got so much. You got the movies. You got Abby Singer's Bistro on the second floor of RFC, open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday.
Newly remodeled.
Absolutely. Great menu. RobinsonFilmCenter.org is the way you check it all out. You can go to RobinsonFilmCenter.org at any time and find out what movies are showing. Here's the deal. You want to join the crowd, join the fun, become a member. When you become a member, you become a star. You get discounts on movies, you get concession upgrades, you get bistro deals. RFC, 617 Texas Street in downtown Shreveport. I'll say it again. There's no place like the Robinson.
There is not, and I'm glad we have one right here.
Absolutely. The RobinsonFilmCenter.org.
Reading begins not in the classroom, but in your child's brain. I'm Donisa Walker with Learning RX Shreveport. If your child struggles to read, maybe he or she has trouble focusing or comprehending, Learning RX Shreveport offers a science solution to reading problems, working one-on-one with your child, targeting his or her reading skills. Today, call Learning RX Shreveport. Make an appointment to have your child assessed. I know you want to help your child, so does Learning RX Shreveport.
Facing the same old problems day to day makes you wanna holler, get away. Looking for the road that'll get me there. Looking for hope and peace to spare. Looking for strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio.
And welcome back. Welcome back to Strategies for Living Radio. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan. We are at Mobility City, 1820 East 70th Street in Shreveport. Today we're with Jeff Jarjura, Jordan Jarjura, and Daniel Rentera. And they have decided to come together and bring this wonderful, wonderful business to the Shreveport, Bossier City area. And Jeff, you obviously did your due diligence. You did your research. Mobility City is who you decided to go with. But I'm sure as you looked around, there's multiple franchises that you could have brought into the area. why did you choose Mobility City, and what makes it stand out? What makes it different from the others in town?
Sure. So I started trying to figure out what market was going to be most sustainable, and I don't think it's a mystery to anyone that our population is aging.
Right.
Right. We're not getting any healthier.
Right.
Hopefully, we're turning that around soon.
Right.
And like I said before, I want to make an impact on So it was either Mobility City or some type of franchise in that space, or mosquito control.
Okay.
Or garage renovation.
Right.
And I needed something where I didn't have to be that skilled.
Right.
Too much, and that we weren't going to need a ton of employees to be able to scale.
Right.
And so, and I saw this, and Vinny Barata is the old owner of Mobility City Holdings in Boca Raton, Florida, with Diana.
Now, there's
Barata.
50-plus locations all around the country, right?
Yeah, and this represents Vinny's vision. It was like he had been in the durable medical equipment business for 40 years. And, you walk into the stores, and he was sick of the gray, the drab.
Right.
And he said, you know what, I'm going to just want to make this fun.
Yeah.
And he saw a gap in the market and a need for in the market. Basically, very few people fix them.
Right.
Fix scooters, fix the wheelchairs.
You guys do?
They'll fix what they sell.
Yeah.
But they won't fix
anything
just
else.
anything, right? So
Yeah.
we're actually getting, not to get off the topic here, but we're actually getting referrals from mechanic shops.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
people are trying to figure out where to take their scooter to
Right.
get fixed.
Right.
And so, I also wanted to choose a location where it was the best of both worlds. We had the population to support, but also there was a need, especially around the other parts of Shreveport Metro, where we start getting into more rural areas.
Right.
And so, being in the healthcare business for about 25 years, I recognize that there is an inequity, especially in the rural areas. So the underserved community had always been on the back of my mind that, we need to take some of these services out to the folks that need them.
Right.
So, we've been up to Nashville, Arkansas. We get a lot of folks calling us from Arkansas.
Yeah.
And we'll make the trip. Daniel and I have spent a lot of time in the van.
Oh, yeah.
You are learning the Arklatex.
Yeah.
Truly.
And that's what
In
they
every
call
sense.
this area in every sense. But we are, again, biggest small town in the world, but our metro area, if you will, with the three states, Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, touching, you've got kind of a metro area of 1 million people or so, so that's no small thing.
Our first ever customer actually came from Texarkana. He had drove with his mom 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Because he found our showroom wasn't open yet. And he had drove with his mom 2.5 hours to buy a lightweight wheelchair for her.
Wow.
And
that blows me away, the variety in here of the scooters, from very durable. I mean, it looks like, this to the lightweight. I was playing around in one of the lightweight, and then the chairs and the walkers and the lift chairs. I mean, the what's in here is amazing. You have packed to the gills, Jeff and Jordan and Dan. You've got this place packed. Yeah.
In a way that's still accessible.
Yeah.
yeah.
We had to fill the space somehow, but we love every single modality that we carry. Those lift chairs are awesome, and we like to partner with the best. That's, I think, what the biggest thing is. Hopefully, you won't have to repair these items that you buy from us, but if you do, we're there.
Right.
Yeah, you stand behind. stand behind what you sell.
Absolutely.
Well, we fix them.
Absolutely.
Right? So we don't want to sell stuff that's going to break down
Right.
every 5
Right.
minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and we write a warranty on there, so we'd be giving a lot of free service if we sold unreliable stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the things that shocked me, I don't do thankfully, I don't need a whole lot of this kind of stuff yet. Now I know where to go when and if I do. However, through radio and through, my counseling, I've had some exposure, plus family. So one of the things that struck me as I walked in today to Mobility City, and by the way, folks, it's 1820 East 70th Street in Shreveport. If you want to check it out online, mobilitycity.com, Shreveport, LA, mobilitycity.com. But if you pull it up, it should get you to the right place, which is Shreveport, Louisiana, mobilitycity.com. As I walked in and started looking around, everything is again set up so wonderfully, where you can look at everything is owned, so you can test it and play with it, experience it. But the prices shocked me in a very good way. I mean, I don't know, again, you're coming in and knowing, okay, you want more mobility. You want a mobile chair,
which is truly priceless.
Which is
to
priceless.
be able to move in that way.
But to see the prices that are very clearly marked on each product, and the descriptions and the prices, that blew me away, Jeff, Jordan, and Daniel. That again, you can go, you can get the quality, but it seems to me very, very reasonably priced. Is that one of the deals with Mobility City?
Well, I'm a stinky negotiator. So I just like to, you're not going to find it less for online.
Yeah.
And I think the service that we offer and the value differentiation of us being the local throat to choke is key, and the fact that we're going to stand behind them. So a lot of times what will happen is it's a very high incidence of return on these items.
Right.
And because people, once they get it, they'll order it online. It looks cool online.
Yeah.
Right.
They get it and they hate the way it drives.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, but now they're stuck with $1,000 piece of equipment that's not really going to meet their needs.
Right.
So coming on in here and checking them out, and going around that racetrack. I mean, it's
there is a racetrack here.
Yeah, there's a couple of racetracks, and just even seeing you guys playing around with them before we started the show, it brings a smile to our face. I mean, it's just fantastic.
Well, and not to mention, we kind of walked in on the tail end of you working with a customer.
Yes.
And just to see, the passion and the care that you have and interacting with people and the knowledge that you bring and able to direct them into what would fit best.
I underestimated the impact that we would be having. Like, selling scooters, it seems fun, right? Selling power, it's fun. Yeah. But for the folks that come in here, it's a change of life. And it's just the gaining of independence. And we talk, it's very strategic too. It's a very strategic conversation. I mean, sometimes people come in here looking for a scooter, but what they really need is a chair.
Right.
And so, how do you gently kind of represent that idea, introduce these different options. But, Daniel and I, we've been to the bed delivery we went to that other day or some of your VA work that you've done.
Yeah, we really get to see exactly how our care goes into making somebody's life better, where one need may be met, but because they do it in an alternative method, sometimes people are left lacking in other areas. Well, like what you were saying is sometimes a piece of equipment isn't what they need. That's where we come in, and we do our best to guide them in the right direction.
Yes.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with an old lady that came in here, and I think a lot of folks come in here, they have a hard time accepting that their level of mobility isn't what they think it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we had a good conversation, but I ended up talking to her son. And, him and I were able to have a conversation without her in earshot.
Right.
And so went back and I said, hey, miss, your son and I talked. And she was like, I just wish you all would just let me get what I want. Like the roles were reversed. She looked like the little kid and we looked at the parents. And so I turned to her and I said, we know what's good. We know what's good for you.
Yeah.
And she laughed. But a lot of times, but then we'll go to a house and, you can tell whoever's living there was really struggling.
Yeah.
Had limited mobility, couldn't clean their house. And just going into those environments or seeing the severely disabled vets and, we have to fix their scooter. Well, without their scooter or wheelchair, I mean, they're just stationary.
Yeah.
So you make house calls.
We do.
That's right.
You do make house calls.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Now, jot this down if you're driving, be careful. Write it in the dust on your dashboard. 318-399-7400. And whether it's repairs, whether it's rentals, whether it's sales, the deal is they say, we go. And if once you come to Mobility City, you'll be going too.
That's right.
Well, I had a friend of mine, I'm from New England, and I actually grew up with this guy on the radio. He did a lot of radio spots. He did a lot of commercials.
Right.
And so he's kind of the, I don't know if anyone's from Houston, the Mattress Mac.
Oh, yeah,
Or-
yeah.
you
Oh,
heard
yeah,
Mattress
yeah.
Mac?
Oh, sure.
So he would sell cars, but basically, so I know this guy, and he came up with a jingle. He said, if you think you can't go to Hooters, buy a scooter. If you think you're too old for Hooters, buy a scooter.
I love it. I love it. Mobility City, 1820 East 70th Street in Shreveport. We're with Jeff and Jordan and Daniel. We're learning all about them. We've got more to come, so don't go away. More strategies for living coming back here at Mobility City. Got to check this place out. Got to check this place out.
Yeah.
We'll be back in just a moment with more strategies. Stay with us.
From the bayou to your table, we're keeping it alive with flavors from the family, passed down to survive. The Godfather's here with a twist in the tail, alligator Italian sausage, and it sure won't fail. It's the boss of the bayou, a taste you can't refuse. Italian tradition, Cajun infused. Godfather sausage, bold and true. The Padres bringing the bayou to you.
Get the Godfather alligator Italian sausage only at Fertitta's Delicatessen, 1124 Fairfield Avenue in Shreveport. Pick up a muffy while you're there. The Godfather alligator Italian sausage. It's a taste you can't refuse. Sold only at Fertitta's, 1124 Fairfield Avenue in Shreveport. Dealing with stress, pain, feel like you're running out of options? When your life is balanced, wellness is a given. True wellness is holistic. It's about the mind, the body, and the spirit, all in balance. Now, there's a place right here in Shreveport that's all about helping us achieve peak mental, emotional, and physical health. The Balanced Life, 117 Kings Highway, right next door to Strawn's. Come see and feel the difference getting your life in balance can be. Many of your friends and neighbors have already learned the difference less stress and pain mean in their lives. You can book a discovery session right now online, thebalancedlife.us. All you've got to lose is stress, pain, or maybe both. Come see and feel for yourself the real difference balanced wellness makes. The Balanced Life Wellness Center, 117 Kings Highway in Shreveport, next door to Strawn's. Thebalancedlife.us.
We all have problems every day. We all need help along the way. We need strategies, 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 strategies for living radio.
And welcome back. Welcome back into Strategies for Living Radio. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan here with Jeff Jordan Georgiura, and Daniel Rentera. We're at Mobility City, 1820 East 70th Street in Shreveport. You got to come see what we now have in Shreveport. You know, there are needs. You need a lift, you need a ride, you need a fix, you need a hospital bed, you need a chair. It's all here. Come see what Jeff and Jordan and Daniel have brought into Shreveport. There's 50 plus locations all around the country of Mobility City, and now there's one right here in Shreveport. It's at 1820 East 70th Street. And thank you so much for bringing it here, Jeff?
It's like the planets and the moons aligned when you came out and kind of represented that strategies for living, and you thought, hey, you know what? There's a lot of strategies for living here at Mobility City.
There really
We should talk
is.
about,
There really is. So let's talk about let's talk about those, because there really are. Once we begin to lose some freedom, the freedom of movement, there
Which
are
we
some.
take so for granted.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do, and you know, we don't take it for granted anymore when we see some.
I'm
of the
sure
folks
you
that-
don't.
that
I'm sure you don't.
We help. You know, and it's funny, the evolution of the conversation that we have. We'll start just by diagnosing kind of where it hurts conversation.
Yeah.
You have mobility. Where's your mobility limitations? Is it below the waist? Is it above the waist?
Right.
And then, you know, to what degree are you struggling with it? You know, a lot of folks will then start talking about their back surgeries or the foot surgeries,
Right.
and so forth.
Right.
And they'll come in thinking that, you know, we need a scooter,
Right.
for instance. And we want one that's lightweight and foldable with a 16-inch seat. But, you know, in reality, we're looking at 22 or 24-inch seat that
Right.
they'll feel comfortable in. So
Yeah.
when they come in and have that preconceived notion of what they want,
Right.
and then we start having that conversation, it evolves to what they need.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
that's a strategic conversation.
That's a
for-
strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes we have in our mind what we want or what we think we want, but it's not at all what we need. Yeah.
One of the most common things we see is folks will come in wanting something foldable and light because,
Right.
let's be honest, and they're getting very lightweight right now. I mean, we were looking at 26
Yeah,
pounds.
the technology is
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
But even 26 pounds is difficult for a lot of people to get
Sure.
into their cars.
Yeah.
So what I try to do is say, well, on that level, on that side of the spectrum, we have the very lightweight, foldable, easy to get in your car. But on the other side of the spectrum, where we take weight out of the consideration, and we say, well, have you tried this? Where we would put a car lift on their truck or car,
Right.
which would then pick the scooter up for them. Right? It's
Right.
mechanized.
Right.
So now weight of the element doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whereas they started coming in looking for a foldable 40-pound scooter, they end up deciding to go with a 200-pound big old Pride Victory or
Yeah.
Golden Light Rider.
Yeah.
And
I
they
might
get
be
a car
dangerous. I
lift.
might be dangerous in one of those.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed. I saw how you drive. Now Lauren
don't
can.
have
No,
it.
she
Thank
can,
you.
but you know, you scratch it, you own it. You know that. But yeah, and then you know, to see the light bulb come on,
Yeah.
you're like, you know what,
Yeah.
you're right. So that's the conversation we're having with some folks right now. We also do patient lifts. We do ramp systems and accessibility like that.
Right.
And just to see folks after they find a solution to what's holding them back,
Yes.
and their lives improve. My gosh,
Yeah.
I underestimated the impact it would have.
I'm sure you did. Now you also do rentals. So I mean, you know, I think that's so important. Again, if you've got people coming in that have needs, or you yourself want to, it's a great way to try something out, isn't it? To do the rental thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so we actually, a lot of folks that come in here, they get them for cruises.
Right.
So we have some lightweight folding ones that will be perfect for cruises.
Right.
We've been doing a lot of work with the casinos as well.
Oh,
so
wow. Yeah.
live margarita, we're delivering to the casinos once a week for folks to use. And what's cool about them is you can actually swivel the seat. So if you want to pull up to a slot machine, you just swivel that seat and you're right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And,
Talk about mobility.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and then you know, we have some conventions coming out. The Square Dance convention
Oh, yeah.
is a big one that we'll be doing soon. So it's a lot of diversity in what
So
we're
our
doing.
first ever rental, a lady called and she said, there is the National Square Dance Convention here
Oh,
in
my
Shreveport.
goodness.
Did you all that
I
know
didn't
that
know
Square
this.
Dances had? Yeah, they have a
I did not
convention, yeah.
know, but it makes sense.
This
Yeah.
is the national. So she was my first ever. And we were like, well.
So she do-si-doed right in here? Yeah?
Well, no, she called. Right?
Okay, she called. Okay.
Yeah, she did do-si-do. Yeah, we're going to meet her, though.
Okay.
And she said, well, I'm going to go ahead and tell everyone at the convention that we can rent scooters now.
Oh.
So anyway, so the organizer of the convention, he was trying to plan to bus scooters in from out of town, which was, so we're local. We have
can handle that.
We were able to save them money. And,
I love it.
Yeah, we're going to deliver to the convention center, and we'll get the square dancers that are going to be, scooting all around.
I love it.
Downtown, so it's going to be pretty cool.
You go to the homes, you go to assisted living facilities, you go to comfort homes.
One of the cooler things we do also is they call them tune-up days. And Daniel, I don't know if you want to talk about tune-up days, but those are pretty cool.
That's one of the more fun things. So one service that we offer is this thing called a tune-up day.
Right.
Now, what that entails is we'll go to a location, whether it's a retiring community, a home, something of that nature.
Right.
And we will offer a free service. We'll even bring a treat like coffee and donuts. And what we'll do is we'll organize with the director of the facility, and we'll have everybody who has a wheelchair, a rollator, or something of that nature, if they want to tune up, that's what we're there for. And what we'll do is we'll spend a couple of hours chatting with everyone, seeing how their days are going, and basically giving them a little boost for the day. We'll tighten up their brakes. We'll tighten up their wheels. We'll make sure they're a little bit more comfortable.
That's fantastic. What a great service.
Yeah, I mean, basically we just get out there, sling a wrench, have a good time.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe, I mean, the rollators, the brakes get a little loose,
Sure.
And
sure. Everything needs a twist of a wrench or a screwdriver here and there, to keep it tuned.
Exactly. And it's such an easy way to make somebody's life just a little bit better. Just to see them smile, to see somebody a little bit happier, more comfortable, it makes our day.
All right, folks, you've got to check this place out. 1820 East 70th Street in Shreveport. It's called Mobility City. They have really they've really spruced up the place.
And they've quickly become an integral part of our community.
Yeah.
We're thankful for them.
Yeah. So come see. I noticed the coffee pot is right in the showroom, so you come have a cup of coffee.
Check out the mural.
Ride
around a little bit.
Meet Jeff and Jordan and Daniel. You may have to coax Daniel out of the back because he's usually turning his wrenches back there and
covered in dust and grease,
doing his thing.
we don't like to let him out too.
But
he's got a lot to do.
I'm glad you let him out today.
Glad they let you today, Daniel. So, hey, folks, check this out. MobilityCity.com, Shreveport, Louisiana, Shreveport, LA, MobilityCity.com. Jeff Jarjura, Jordan Jarjura, Daniel Rentera. We're here at Mobility City, and we'll be back to wrap up our conversation here on Strategies for Living. You're going to see the difference. When you go to Azalea Cleaners, you'll hear about it too. Azalea Cleaners has been fine dry cleaning since 1958, plus laundry, alterations and repairs, comforters, wedding gown cleaning and restoration. You'll hear about it from your friends because they'll see it too. They'll notice the Azalea difference. Azalea is convenient. 732 Azalea Drive, 9220 Ellerby Road, and 9227 Mansfield Road. Plus, the front door of your home or business with Azalea's delivery on demand. Just text SETUP to 249-8283, and Azalea will pick up your clothes and deliver them back clean and fresh to you. You can't get closer than that. That's the Azalea difference. You'll notice it right away. Others will too. The Azalea difference. Fine dry cleaning since 1958. Text SETUP to 249-8283 and get the Azalea difference. AzaleaCleaners.com.
Hi, this is Jay Merle for Pintail Roofing. Let's talk about quality. When you hire Pintail to build your roof, here's what you can expect. Quality and quality control are the most important concerns for us at Pintail, and you need to know that Pintail stands tall with swift and professional performance on any warranty call. This is our most important policy. And remember, we're your neighbors. We'll be here for you for the long haul. Our family's lived here for over 100 years, and we aren't going anywhere. On the commercial side of Pintail's business, Our fluid-applied roofing solutions can save thousands of dollars over conventional commercial roofing options. Call Pintail at 226-ROOF for a free inspection of your home or commercial building. That's 226-7663. Pintail Roofing. What's the condition of your roof?
And welcome back. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillan, David McMillan. We're here at Mobility City, 1820 East 70th Street. We're here with Jeff Jarjura, Jordan Jarjura, Daniel Rentera. Jeff, and you know, again, I've said thank you so much for what you're doing, what you've brought to the community. The problem that I have is there's so much to talk about. We need another 3 or 4 hours, but the producer is not letting us have it. So you got to promise to come back. What do you want to leave people with? What do you know, we've covered a lot of ground today. What do you want to leave us with?
I think just an expression of gratitude that we've received so much support from everyone.
Yes.
And I think people really have a desire for personalized service that's responsive. It doesn't take much. I mean, you know, answering a call, returning a call promptly, having a good tone of voice, you know, and just making sure that people understand that they're a priority.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, you know, that just returns to us, you know, sevenfold. I think, but an expression of gratitude more than anything. We've received a tremendous amount of support.
Well, thank you so much. And I can see why, because, I mean, I think people will, the minute you come in and see and experience the feel here at Mobility
your
City.
Care and compassion comes through loud
Absolutely,
and clear.
loud and clear.
I hope
it
so.
radiates.
Yeah.
So thank you for what you're doing, and we'll look forward to the next time you
Looking
guys come
forward to
back.
that. Thank you so much.
Jeff Jarjura, Jordan Jarjura, Daniel Rentera. Check them out. Mobility City, 1820 East 70th Street in Shreveport. Check them out at Shreveport, LA, mobilitycity.com. Folks, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. You know, we do this for you, and we can do it because of our wonderful sponsors, the Robinson Film Center, and Azalea Cleaners, and Pintail Roofing, and Learning RX, and the Balanced Life Wellness Center, and Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of The Godfather, alligator Italian sausage, and some pretty good muffies, too. If today were the last day of your life, you only had one more phone call that you could make, who would you call? And what would you say? And why are you waiting? Make the call. For Jeff, for Jordan, for Daniel, for Lauren, I'm David. See you next time right here on Strategies for Living.